The Kickoff Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to the Kickoff Sports Breakfast Show on Beach FM 106.3. Let's talk Rugby League now, and let's welcome back to the show from last week from Wellington Rugby League. It's Phil Roache. G'day, Phil.
Hey, Damian. How's it going, man?
I'm good. How's your last week been, mate?
Pretty good. Just still getting confirmation on our teams. We've confirmed the dates that we're starting. Our seniors are kicking off on the 20th. And they're pretty excited about that, and our juniors the following week on the 27th. So yeah, we're getting there. Getting there. It'll be good to get some of our people out on the paddock again and seeing some footy.
Absolutely, mate. There are people hitting the fields. Hockey's straight into it. There's a few preseason games going on with football, rugby. I'm sure clubs are having inters, but with not knowing, are the clubs out there? How are they keeping fit? How are they going to be match ready for the 20th? Because it's not far away. Yeah,
I think a lot of the clubs during the lockdown period. I know their Ramwood Kingfishers out in the hut. They did their premier team were doing a fitness challenge throughout the lockdown period, so it kept them going and kept them together. We might get some guys who have come out looking buff and then some guys who've been sitting on the couch for a while, and so it's going to be might be a couple of extremes there, but hopefully they'll once now that they've been allowed to start training, they'll get into it and get their bodies conditioned a little bit.
Awesome. Hey, we did talk last week about the growth of rugby league and how it is going at the moment. Any more feels on some more junior teams? I know there's already going to be a few this year, but how is development looking any different from last week?
Not at the moment. Because of the pandemic, it's been a little bit hit and miss for us. Or some families not wanting to put their kids in sports at the moment, which is I can understand that and totally respect that. It is a little bit hit and miss, and it's hard now that the Warriors aren't playing here in Wellington to build stuff around that and to try and get interest around that, because they're set to play here on the 27th of this month as well. So, some of the stuff that we were looking forward to help develop the game has kind of been taken away a little bit due to the pandemic.
Oh, I hear you. I would have been MC for that game again.
I know.
Mate, yep. Anyway, so I'm glad you brought that up, because I've noticed that in rugby there are a few kids that aren't going to play this year, and that squad of 12, when you're a 10-a-side, gets down to 8, just scratching your head how you're going to start a season. So how do we, I know you've got work in Kiwi sports, and how do we get back into the schools, mate? How do we bridge the numbers again?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of making sure that we listen to the schools and what they need. Yeah. I know that there are some schools that still, you go in there and they class each classroom as a separate bubble, so you've got to sanitize before working with each class, and that makes things a little bit difficult for the people that are delivering the programs. As during the lockdown period, we've been working with our development officers around the country to create programs that we can deliver into schools that will, try and get some good touch points of rugby league in the schools. And hopefully by term 3 we can start producing those programs and get into the schools. But having, I know the school priorities might have changed a little bit as well. So just making sure that we listen to what they want, even if it's just go in for a day and do some stuff with them then, or over a couple of weeks, changing something up to help get into it, and hopefully we can start the Stephen Kearney and John Lomax program up, the competition up again, and later on in that third term as well.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's been I guess tough for the winter codes to recruit when you can't recruit.
Yeah. People were all looking forward. The lockdown happened about a week before we were supposed to kick off, or 2 weeks before we were supposed to kick off, and so everyone was gunning for that, and then all of a sudden we're locked down for a month, and then we still can't play for another month, and then another month past. It just, the snowball effect on people just trying to get their motivation back and trying to get them into it. So, but there are clubs out there who are keen as to play. So if there are kids there that want to register, just head along to their nearest club and sign up.
Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah.
That's
Get
the
in
one.
there, all right?
That's the one. Let's not sugarcoat it. Hey, but NRL was back last week. How good was that?
How good. That was awesome. There was, some really good games, and then the Warriors with the completion rate that they had, unbelievable.
Is all I'm going to talk about the Warriors, because we're not going to talk about last night, but moving on. Sea Eagles, if I remember correctly, my friend?
Yes.
Yeah,
30, they had a good win as well over the Doggies.
Not bad. Eagles against Eels. What do you reckon in that one?
I'll probably go with both teams played really well. Obviously, last week the Eels were up against the Broncos team who got smashed again, and so I think the Eagles will take that one.
Yeah, it'll be a tight one. They got the pretty close odds. What do you reckon will be the great game of the round, though?
Probably it'll probably be the Raiders Knights game.
Raiders
I think
Knights.
that'll be a pretty tight game. Yeah.
Well, man.
But then you've got the Storm Rabbitohs as well, and I think the Roosters will take the Broncos easily.
Well, no, I'm just stoked to have it all back, mate. So, thank you for talking league with me today. Go well, my friend. Enjoy the next week. Do you reckon we'll see preseason games next week before kickoff?
Possibly not preseason. I'm not sure if the teams are looking at having preseason games.
Maybe a draw next week.
We should have a draw for you by at least a draft draw by next week, and what our competition will look like.
Awesome stuff. Well, there's always league to talk about, mate, so I always appreciate your time. Go well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch up soon.
Damian. Thanks for your support, buddy. Appreciate it.